Hello and welcome back, travelers. In today's video, Otaku Sensei will be recommending the best builds for Zhongli, aka GeoDaddy. We're just kidding. As the title says, we are back with part 2 of the top 10 anime where many girls dream for the same guy. In other words, this is a harem list. So if you're looking for something not so serious to waste your time on, we got you. But before we start, you can drop us a like, sub, and maybe turn on notifications, or by God, we will consider becoming a Genshin Impact channel.
私だってこんなことさっさと終わらせたいんですから。ほら、スカート持って。さっさとあげる。
We first begin with Mangakasan to Assistant-san to the animation. Yuki Aito is a perverted artist who appreciates panties. Yep, you heard that alright. The man is obsessed with female underwear. He wants to see, smell, touch, and draw as many panties as he can. And to this horny dog's luck, he is surrounded by numerous female assistants that are, needless to say, quite good looking. He asks to use them as references for the manga he draws. Although Aito has an extremely degenerate mind, he unsurprisingly can sometimes be a very kind, generous, and helpful person, like the harem protagonist he is. Next we have Invaders of the Rokyo Juma. The main character is a high school student just like most anime protagonists. He is looking for a cheap place to live by himself. Naturally, like any broke teenager, he jumps at the chance to move into a mere 5,000 yen a month apartment. But while everything goes well at first, our main character soon gets visited by various seemingly mythical figures, all of whom claim ownership over the poor student's apartment. Among the invaders is a ghost who is supposedly haunting the room, a magical girl, an alien princess, and a direct descendant of the Earth People. Earth People? The fuck is that? Oh, it's not my job to know? Oh, okay. No need to be so aggressive about it. I love you too. Each of these 4 girls needs the apartment for her reasons and won't back down without a fight. One thing for sure in the battle royale, regardless of who wins or who loses, the real winner is the main character. At 8th place, Maso Gakuen HXH. Not gonna cap, the first time I saw this title, I thought it was a High School DxD knockoff, but it turned out somewhat of a mix of Infinite Stratos and High School DxD. The plot is simple and straightforward. The main character is an average dude who possesses the Heart Hybrid Gear ability, but it's not strong enough to make him important or anything. His older sister calls him to transfer to a strategic defense school, where the students are mainly large-breasted girls who use their abilities to fight invaders from another world while wearing extremely skimpy pilot outfits. Maybe there is a bit of Kill la Kill in the mix along with IS and DxD. With mediocre fighting skills, this guy is almost Sakura level useless. And I say almost because the dude does serve a purpose. Apparently having erotic experiences will allow the girls to replenish their energy or power up. When boys suddenly get into places where they've never been allowed before, some girls tend to get upset. Dude, imagine casually walking into the girls' restroom and taking a massive dump, then stand up and take a leak. You would assert dominance, but at what cost, I ask? Wait, where was I going with that? Never mind. When the decision is made to merge a girls' private academy and a co-ed private academy, everyone becomes hesitant, especially the girls. Thus, to test things out, the poor main character finds himself being thrown as a sacrificial lamb on the girls' campus, where the hotties aren't exactly waiting for him with open arms. In 6th place is Tai Utama. Yuri Mito is a typical, normal Japanese teenager. He goes to school, works on people's motorcycles, and performs exorcisms. Well, normal to anime standards at least. You would think he'd know enough to be careful with ancient relics he finds in the woods, especially when a mysterious goddess appears and tells him to leave it alone. Unfortunately, the seal gets broken anyway, and several dangerous spirits that it held in stasis get loose. But on the upside, main man ends up with a beautiful goddess who decides that she's going to marry him. Right in the middle is Hoshizora Ikkaku Hashi, or in English, a bridge to the starry skies. The main man's family decide to move out from the city to a more rural environment. However, their arrival at the inn they were supposed to stay doesn't go as planned. After catching the wrong bus, the main character and his brother wind up in the middle of nowhere. While they were both lost, the main character has a chance encounter with a spirited young girl, who the main man, like the mad lad he is, ends up accidentally falling onto and kissing while she's leading him back to the bus stop and then to the inn he and his brother were supposed to stay at, where a wild landlady with a slightly perverted sense of humor was waiting for him.
じゃあ、鶴間さんとは単なるクラスメイトなんだね。
もちろん。
ならそれ証明して。
証明って。
キスして。
できないよ。
じゃあチューして。
断る。
接吻ならどう？
言葉変えただけじゃねえか。
Next we have Kononaka ni Hitori Imoto ga Iru. Shogo Mikadono's father has just passed away, and now he must become the head of the Mikadono group. After completing the training to take over, there is just one other stipulation he must adhere to. He will need to find a girl he loves at his new school and marry her by the time he graduates high school. Talk about high pressure. However, in true harem anime fashion, he has many girls to choose from, such as a black-haired class representative babe, a standoffish brunette, a silver-haired babe who's into cosplay, a busty student council vice president, as well as an even bustier student council president. As you can see, the options are several. However, as the old saying goes, there is an imposter among us, as one of them is his long-lost half-sister, and he has no idea which one. So everyone is sus. Tagged comedy, ecchi, harem, romance, and mystery. I think it's a pretty nice show to waste your time on, and the fact it's a returning name in almost every harem list says a lot. And coming in third, a personal favorite of mine, The World Only God Knows. The main character is known online as the legendary God of Conquest. I know, what a virgin-ass name. More virgin than even mine. He is dubbed God of Conquest for he can conquer any girl's heart in dating sim games. In reality, he is a socially awkward guy with a big ego coming from his gaming skills. To prove his supremacy at dating games, the sim enjoyer accepts an anonymous offer to prove himself. However, he soon finds he was misled into aiding a naive and impish demon from hell to retrieve runaway evil spirits who have escaped from hell and scattered themselves throughout the human world. And the only way to capture these spirits is to conquer what he hates the most: the unpredictable hearts of three-dimensional girls. In other words, he gotta go from wimp to Chad. Coming in second place, one of the earliest anime I watched, Absolute Duo. The story follows a guy called Toru, who enlists into an academy that teaches individuals who can materialize weapons from their soul how to fully harness their abilities. Each student is required to partner with another, in hopes that one day the pair can attain the power of Absolute Duo. However, at the opening ceremony, Toru is forced to duel against the person sitting next to him, who is a fairly pretty busty lady. But there is no time to simp, as the loser will be expelled. And finally, we have Lord Marksman and Vanitas. The story is set in a fantasy version of Europe, and a war between enemy countries is brewing. One of these countries has its 7 regions ruled by war maidens, known as Vanitas. Equipped with powerful dragon-carved weapons and slick lingerie armor, one of the Vanitas launches an invasion against their neighboring rival country. Eventually, a young archer Chad who is the Earl for that region has his entire army decimated at the hands of the Vanitas babe. In a strange twist of events, the babe spares the Chad and gives him the order, "Become mine." I'm gonna be straightforward here. If you're looking for a new ecchi anime to watch, then you can't go wrong on this one. As far as I can remember, I had a good time watching the show, and it had some pretty good moments. And one of these moments, which is still engraved in my brain to this day, is the main man deep-throating a sword. If you want to know the full context, then watch the show. And that's about it. I hope you found your new favorite show, or at least enjoyed your time watching the list. If you found this video helpful or entertaining, then please do like, comment, and subscribe. And if your friend happens to ask you for some harem ecchi shows, now you know what to share. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.